What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I am back. And I got a trade to announce that involves my dearly beloved Washington Wizards. Just as quickly as the Wizards acquired Kelly Olynyk, they have traded him away to the San Antonio Spurs. They've traded him to the Spurs in exchange for Malaki Branham, Blake Wesley, and a 2026 second-round pick, which will be the least favorable of Dallas, Philadelphia, or Oklahoma City's pick. So I think this is hilarious because from the second Kelly Olynyk, was traded to the Wizards, right? Like, not even officially. Right as word broke that this was happening, Wizards fans on the internet were losing their minds. Okay, and if you guys are not familiar, let me turn back the clock and tell you what happened. So Kelly Olynyk made me very upset back in the day. He made me hate life for a brief period of time because he was a part of the Celtics team that the Wizards faced off with in the 2017 Eastern Conference semifinals. And in Game 7 of that series, hard-fought series nonetheless, right? Kelly Olynyk scored a playoff career-high 26 points, and the Boston Celtics defeated the Wizards in 7 games, 115-105. And I was very upset because this was the best I had ever seen my team play in my lifetime, right? And we were going up against the Celtics team where Isaiah Thomas had dropped 53 points on our heads in Game 2. And I was like, you know what? Game 7, it's in Boston. I have faith. We can do this. And we lost. And I was like, there's no way Kelly Olynyk just basically defeated us in the playoffs. So I was very upset. But obviously I was not alone because, again, the second that this trade happened for Kelly Olynyk to come to the Wizards, which was obviously a part of the Jordan Poole trade, sending Jordan Poole to the Pelicans, Kelly Olynyk, came over here. We also got CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is, going to be staying, I believe. And every Wizards fan I've seen on the internet and in person, they're like, get Kelly Olynyk off this team immediately. I don't want him here. He is giving me hives. I don't want this. And I think Will Dawkins took that and was like, bet, I'm there. You're gone. So I also like the trade, frankly, because I think it's very in line with what we're trying to do as a team, right? We're trying to have like the youngest team of all time. And obviously Kelly Olynyk is an NBA vet. He's been around in the league for over a decade. So bringing in Malaki Branham and Blake Wesley, I believe they're both like 22 years old. Yeah, Malaki Branham's 22. Blake Wesley's also 22. Who knows if they're actually going to wind up being on the, opening day roster? Who knows? Because there's so many young players on this team. But I like what it's going to promote, and I think that's going to be a competitive environment. All of these young dudes that are on this team are itching to show the world what they can do. And it's going to be competitive in practice. Like, these guys are going to go at each other because they've all kind of been held under from, other teams that they've been on. Like Malaki Branham, last season I think was playing like 9 minutes a game. His first 2 years in the league, he was logging over 20 minutes a night and then went to 9.1 minutes a night last season, only played 47 games, a career low in the 3 years that he's been in the league. So, and he averaged 10 points per game in his rookie season. So I think like these guys are guys that want to win. These are guys that want to improve, and they are guys that want to have successful NBA careers. And statistically, not everyone on this team is going to be able to contribute. Right? It's just how it works, right? And a lot of these guys are probably thinking, if I can't contribute on the Washington Wizards, a team that is in a full-on rebuild, how am I ever going to be able to compete in this league? And that's a good point to have, right? But it's going to promote this competitive nature that they're going to have going into the season. And going into training camp, even going into summer league, like our full roster is the summer league roster, right? We got Alex Sarr going to summer league. We got Bub Carrington going to summer league. We got Keyshawn George going to summer league. Like, I'm hyped. It's going to be a really good summer, I think, for these dudes. And, Will Dawkins just keeps figuring out how to get more young pieces. And frankly, didn't pay that big of a price for it. I don't think Kelly Olynyk was really a guy that was going to stay around long anyway. He's on an expiring contract. He's 1 year left on his deal. So this is a good move, right? So again, Will Dawkins and Michael Winger doing what they need to do to build a team that is going to compete very well with the rest of the teams, and not just the conference, but the league in a couple of years. So I'm a big fan of this move. I think at the very minimum, you got another second-round pick in next year's draft. And we'll see what happens, man. But I'm a fan of this trade. I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think about this move? What do you think about what the Wizards are doing this offseason with all these trades and what they did in the draft? I want to know your thoughts, so please leave some comments down below. I'm going to check you guys later, man. Stay up, stay blessed, stay safe, stay humble, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.